So let's continue with the rules on capitals. We did the first 8 major rules of the use of capitals, and let's continue on with the rest of them. The 9th rule for the use of capitals is you must always capitalize the titles of books, magazines, TV shows, songs, poems, articles, films, and newspapers. So I've given you an example of each. Let's take a look at them a bit more closely. The first one, books. All books are capitalized, the titles of the books. So in this example, my favorite book is, there's your title, Treasure Island. The second example is magazines. I subscribe to Time magazine, or it could be People, so you'd put a capital on People magazine, or Maclean's. So you must capitalize the titles of magazines. Plays, I've seen the play Death of a Salesman 6 times. Now take a look, you'd only be capitalizing the words death and salesman. You do not capitalize of and a. And I will discuss the rules for this shortly. Let's move on. Movies. The movie The Hurt Locker won for the best movie of the year. You'd capitalize the, it's the first word, H for hurt, and the L in locker. And the next one is all articles. I read the article In Praise of Grammar. In, because it's the first word, praise, and grammar. Again, you're not going to capitalize the word of. And songs, I love the John Lennon song, so you capitalize I and John and Lennon, but the name of the song is Give, so you'd capitalize the G. Peace, the P, and chance. Now note that you never capitalize the words a, an, and the if those words are in the middle of the title. If they start the title, you would capitalize a, an, and the. But as soon as they're in the middle of a title, anywhere in the middle, no capital letters are used. Television shows are capitalized, like Seinfeld was a much-loved comedy. Cartoons, Bugs Bunny has been a popular cartoon for so many years. And in essays, the title of essays, so if you said the title of my published essay is, you'd capitalize the first word of each. Building, self, esteem, 5, easy, steps, don't capitalize in, your, and life. Small words like in, on, to, at are not capitalized. And I'm going to explain that rule to you momentarily. So notice how words are capitalized in titles, and let's give a quick review. You do not capitalize the following. The article a, an, and the are never capitalized unless they are the first word of a title. You do not capitalize coordinating conjunctions, so these words will not be capitalized. And, but, for, yet, so, or, nor. These are all called coordinating conjunctions, and you will not capitalize them. And the last rule, you do not capitalize short prepositions. And these prepositions, short prepositions, are to, on, in, from, up, by, and of. And if you're not certain as to what prepositions are, you will find samples of prepositions and how to pick out prepositional phrases in one of my videos in my website. You must, however, remember to capitalize prepositions with 5 or more letters, such as these words. They're always capitalized. About, among, between, behind, through, and without. These will be capitalized. So look at this example. I really enjoyed reading the novel The Grapes of Wrath. You capitalize the. Grapes of you would not capitalize because it's a short preposition, which is listed here, and you would capitalize the word wrath. And then the 10th rule, capitalize historical events and eras. So, for example, the Depression left many people poor. This historical event, the Depression, you would capitalize both words. The French Revolution was a period of social and political upheaval. The is capitalized. And the period of history is French Revolution. And in the last example, the modern age has given us many great jazz musicians. It's an era in history, so the would be capitalized, modern, and age. The 11th rule is you capitalize specific college courses. Now let's take a look at this a little bit more carefully. Language courses are always capitalized. So if you say I'm studying English or I'm studying French, all language courses are capitalized. I'm taking French to help me with my job. But courses that refer to general subject areas are not capitalized. And let's look at these examples. If you were to say, I am studying psychology and philosophy this semester, you're just naming courses, general courses that you're taking. So you would not capitalize psychology and you would not capitalize philosophy. But in this next example, courses that are specifically named will be capitalized. So I am studying Psychology 101, Philosophy 102, and Sociology 110 in my first semester at college. These are the names of the courses you're taking. So you'd capitalize Psychology 101, you'd capitalize Philosophy 102, and you'd capitalize Sociology 110. The 12th rule is you capitalize areas of the country. Let's look at this more closely. The first example, I love the weather when we move down south. You're going to capitalize the word south here because you are referring to a region. For example, if you're traveling from the north and you're going to Florida and you say I'm going down south and you're referring to Florida, you would have to capitalize south because it's a region you're going to. The same within the second example, they moved to the east coast. You're referring to a region. So for example, if you're living in Canada and you live in Vancouver, but you're traveling to the east coast to say Prince Edward Island, and you said I'm going to the east coast, you would have to capitalize the words east and coast because it's a region that you're traveling to. However, take a look at this rule. You do not capitalize compass directions. So in this example, I am driving south on Brook Street and then north on Atlantic Avenue. I would be capitalized, it's the first word. And you would not capitalize these because they're compass directions, south and north. No capitals. However, you would capitalize the names of the streets. So you're going on Brook Street and on Atlantic Avenue. All right? And then the 13th rule, we're getting close to the end, there's just 13 and 14. You would capitalize abbreviations of corporations, people, countries, times, and titles. So let's look at these examples a little more closely. Examples of corporations would be IBM, ITT would be capitalized. People such as people's initials like FDR for Franklin Delano Roosevelt, LBP would be abbreviation for Lester Bowles Pearson, and JFK for John F. Kennedy. Countries such as USA. Organizations are capitalized, CAA, FBI, and NASA, and they are all in caps. Times like 2:45 a.m. or 2:45 p.m. And titles such as Jim Howard, MD, that's his title. He's your doctor, so medical doctor, MD. Or Fred Sounder has his PhD, so you would capitalize PhD. Or if he had his master's, you'd capitalize MA for master's. And the last and final rule is you capitalize the first word of both the opening and the closing of a letter. So this is very important, particularly when you're writing business letters. Let's take a close look. The first word in the opening of letters, so dear would be capitalized, but so would sir. So this is the opening of a business letter. Opening of letters. To whom it may concern, to whom it may concern. All those words would be capitalized. So the first word in the opening of letters, when you're greeting somebody, the opening is all caps. But these are all the closing. Take a look at these. Best regards, you only capitalize the first word in closing. With much love, just the word with. You wouldn't capitalize much and love. Sincerely, just the first word. And yours truly, only the word yours, not the word truly. So I provided you with lots and lots of rules on my 2 videos. I hope you find them helpful, and please contact me if you have any questions. Thank you. Bye-bye.